Fellow maintainers, today's presentation is about troubleshooting a tankless water heater. It has failed multiple times over its service life, and this breakdown documents what I tested, what failed, and what actually caused the issue, and what I am doing differently going forward. Welcome. A journey of home renovation and maintenance. Welcome to Maintaining 18. Thermostat says 115, but the stainless steel heat exchanger says a different story. The multimeter here was misbehaving a bit. It should read 0, but let's carry on. I checked the heating elements, terminal block, and the speed controller. These are the usual tests I did before. What comes next is to check the Triacs. I never did this test before. I tested the first Triac and then got called away. And now I'm back. But I left my brain and my thoughts are on something I cannot remember. These Triacs work fast, turning current to the heating elements on and off. The red wires which power the heating elements loop through the Triacs. That was dramatic. The Triac did blow and had to be replaced. I used the multimeter wrong. For one, I was holding it in my hand instead of hanging it, which would have made me ground the test lead before testing the Triac. The Triac was easy to replace. I simply unscrew, pull the wires out. They were tied in, so I had to cut them loose, disconnect, and then repeat the procedure in the opposite to install the new Triac. Once this was done, I resumed my testing. Thanks for sticking with me. If you're new here, I invite you to subscribe to the channel. The channel is about maintaining and renovating a frame construction house. It gives a behind the scenes view of what it takes to keep the house in proper working order. Taxes and bills will not stop, even when you're out of work and old. Pay increases do not keep up with inflation. It's like running a marathon against marathon. DIY psychology, created in the 1940s to allow progress at the cost of materials and time, also allows for maintenance at the lowest cost. And even when errors are made, most days will be won. If you have heard leave it to the pros, subscribe. Low cost means more savings. This means you can get ahead. Next, I disconnected the inlet and outlet thermistor. The inlet thermistor is connected to the board with a yellow wire, and a red wire connects the outlet thermistor. At this point, I powered the unit back on, and lo and behold, hot water returned. So that is the problem. The thermistors were dysfunctional. Here I removed the inlet thermistor. The outlet thermistor was similar to remove. It's hard to imagine that this went bad. Here I'm reinstalling the outlet thermistor. It's a similar process to install the inlet thermistor. Gently, don't want it to break. I then rerouted the wire so it looks neat, and then reattach the thermistors to the PCB board. Of course, the project would not be complete without buttoning things down nice and neat and giving the heater a quick wipe down before the final test. To confirm the repair was successful and I have won my day, I set the thermostat to 140, ran to the kitchen and turned on the water. When the kitchen sink is not working, paper plates may help, but it's not enough. The entire thing gets backed up. It's like constipation. Well, there you have it. 140 degrees Fahrenheit. The day is won. The water heater held up for some time, but then it broke. This time it was the board. Instead of replacing it, I replaced the entire water heater. Actually, it was quite inexpensive compared to a brand new one because this water heater was on sale. So what am I doing differently? Well, with the new water heater, I do not service it anymore. I do not flush it out as I did before, because when I did that, the heating elements would often fail. Also, when I pulled the heating elements out, they were pretty clean. There was no scale buildup, thanks to the electronic descaler that I have. The next thing I did was to stop varying the temperature. I set it to the maximum, and therefore all the heating elements will fire at the same time. This relieves me of the problem of having to rotate heating elements. So far it's been, I would say, 2 going on 3 years. Well, thank you for listening, and hope to speak to you very soon. I encourage you to get started and win your day. Save some money.